Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us. And welcome to the second round draw for the FFUK Cup live on YouTube. Please do not swear. With me, I've got Bakes as usual, Mr. Cups. How you doing, Bakes?
Very good, thank you. Good evening.
Excellent, and also Peter. How are you doing there?
Good evening. I'm very good, thanks. Very excited. Very excited.
It's been Well, yeah, we're all excited.
Crazy weekend. I was going to say it's been a crazy weekend of FPL, culminating straight away the turnaround into the cups. So,
yeah. Is there anything else other than a crazy weekend in FPL this season?
Not this season.
True.
But yeah, I know what you mean. It's coming thick and fast, and the cups in particular have obviously come to a climax. Well, not a climax, but they are. We've had the end of the first round, and obviously we're doing the second round draw tonight. And I'm glad to say that myself, Bakes, and Pete, we all won our first round ties. So we should probably just quickly. My tie was against Chris Norman. And I built up a lead of about 30 points with a couple of weeks to go. And I thought, should be okay here. And then I had two really below average or average weeks. And I managed to win by 23 points in the end because he had one very average week and one okay week. So, I got through fairly okay in the end. But how did you do, Bakes? How was your tie?
Well, I was a little bit scared when I pulled out Brian Collins from the virtual hat, who I think was the top game week scorer from game week 3, the week before the October game month was due to start. But actually, I mean, I had a bit of a shocker, to be honest, in October, but he had an even bigger shocker, and I ended up winning somehow by 30 points. I don't know how. I only got 217 points, and I think I worked out something like 36 people who went out in the first round would have beaten me with that particular score. So quite fortunate, I think, in terms of the draw that I got. I'm very happy to be through and must try harder in November, I think.
Yeah, I think both of us are going to be, at the moment, fairly easy ties for someone.
Right.
What about you, Pete? Did you do a bit better?
I don't know. I think I was about sort of 65th, 70th for the month, so not particularly well. I had a sort of neck and neck race with Ben Eastwood.
That's right.
And it really came down to the last weekend. It was so tight, and I think I went into that weekend about 12 points up, but obviously anything could have happened. I think we went different captains as well. He was Kane, I was Salah, which was fortunate that they were about the same. But yeah, Bamford versus Barnes on the last night. Barnes came good for me. Saved me.
Oh, is that the difference?
Quality,
yeah. So if I think if Bamford had scored one goal and got 3 bonus, that would have probably been enough for Ben.
You won by 13. You won by 13 points in the end. But
with a swing, it could have been.
I see.
Barnes scored as well, so which I wasn't expecting. I was gonna ditch.
But then he got subbed off, didn't he? He got subbed off quite early, and obviously Bamford carries on.
Yeah.
And you think, well, there's a chance Bamford gets a late couple of goals or something. But that was really good because we had like a bit of a commentary going through not commentary, but you were sort of doing updates, and Ben was as well in the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So that was nice, really nice. So, Paul, were there any other ties which you want to talk about from the first round before we get into the second round?
Yeah, a couple of others. So there was one draw. Actually, across 128 ties, you might potentially have expected there to be more than one, but there was just the one. It was match number 59 between Jim Wheat and Samuel Breen, which is gives me the opportunity to confirm how we work it. If there is a draw, it goes on a count back system. So we went back to the September scores for those two particular managers. Jim Wheat outscored Samuel Breen in September, so Jim Wheat goes through, and we'll continue to do that obviously in future rounds. The second one to talk about is actually it was the penultimate match in terms of the way that the draw came out, and poor old Ross Smith, who was the 4th highest scorer in the whole of FFUK for October, still went out. 287 points in the month. And he went out because he was unlucky enough to draw James Downey, who was the leading scorer in the month, who got 311 points. So, Yeah, feel sorry for Ross. Of course, him, like all those others who lost out in round 1, go through to the milk plate. Shall I just talk a little bit about that now,
please
Chris?
do, yeah.
Yeah, so as I say, if you went out in round 1 of the FFUK Cup, never fear. There is a second chance saloon. It's called the milk plate. The way that works in terms of a draw is we don't do draws every month like we do with the FFUK Cup. All the entire draw from round 1 all the way through to the final is predetermined. It's done in a Wimbledon style, so seed 1 plays seed 128, and it all kind of works out through brackets all the way through to a final. Pete, you'll be familiar with this because you got through to the final last year, of course, against James Downey.
Quite right.
Yeah.
So that's all been done. So Ross Smith, he's obviously the number 1 seed. It's as I say, obviously, seeds are based on your scores from October. So Ross Smith, being the highest scoring loser from round 1 of the FFUK Cup, goes into the milk plate as the number 1 seed. On that basis, he will draw a bye. So it's worth remembering there are 11 byes in total in the FFUK Cup round 1. So the top 11 scores in the October game month, they all draw a bye. So they get a free passage into the second round, actually, of the milk plate into the December game month. So that's pretty handy for them. So Ross, as I say, will pick up one of those byes and go straight through, as 10 other managers will do. Over the next couple of days, I'll put the link to the draw up and just do a little bit of spiel about that on the milk plate page on the FFUK.me site. And so you'll be able to see, if you're into the milk plate, you'll be able to see who you've drawn and what your path, I guess, looks through to the final when you might draw one of the big guns, perhaps.
Amazing. Yeah, cool. And obviously we'll put both draws up at the same time. So the FFUK Cup and the milk plate, and maybe a little update as well. That'd be awesome. Okay, right. Let's get to this draw. So we've got our new method of doing it. We did it last time. It worked quite well.
Yes.
So our random online draw generator.
Yeah, it's prepped and ready. I've loaded all the names, all the winners,
and all that. Yeah, just like the National Lottery, this, isn't it?
It will happen live before your very eyes.
Indeed. So what we're going to do? Are we going to actually show it as well? So
I think so. Yeah, I can share my screen now if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be awesome. And the tension.
Absolutely, I'm shaking here.
Okay, so we've got our tournament draw there, and Paul's inputted all the names. So Pete, do you want to maybe say a couple of words before Paul presses the button?
I mean, I hadn't prepared anything. I mean, the one thing in my mind, of course, is the possibility that seeing as all 3 of us are through, we could easily draw each other, or one of the ties could be any 2 of the 3 of us, which would be quite ironic considering we're the 3 sitting here. It'd be quite funny as well.
Be great.
Yeah, is it 64 ties, Paul?
64 ties, 128 names. Of course, there were no byes this time. So last time, you remember we had this issue with the byes. That we had this problem where if 2 byes happened to be drawn against each other, we'd have had to have reset and started again. We don't have that issue this time. There's no byes left, just 128 names, 64 ties.
Okay. Well, Pete, unless you've got any special words, I know you haven't prepared anything, but then we'll just press the button, shall we?
Drum roll, please.
One special word: Sequoia.
Okay.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks. Who does he play for?
It's the name of a tree. But anyway.
Right. Okay. On that note, let's go for it. Yeah. Drum roll, please.
Ta-da!
Oh, straight away you see the ties. Okay, Adam Vardy, Peter Hayes. Okay, that's a nice start. Neil Gordon, Jake Duff. Okay, and we'll just keep going down until we see what we see. Really, Coolers has got Eddie Fitz. I think they're mates. I think they might be mates. Not sure. No, not sure about that now. Harry, Alex Sadlier, James Downey, Daryl James. That's all WhatsApp tie. That's our first all WhatsApp tie, I think.
Poor old Daryl drawing against Manager of the Month for October, James Downey.
Okay.
Go down. Oh, look at this tie. Number 11.
Steve Cronin versus. So it's the brothers tie. You got the brother of Pete
brothers
versus
of
the brother of Jamie. Yeah. Excellent. Oh, that's a good one. Tom Galloway, yeah, okay. JPC, Ashley Reed, Amar, yeah. Some good ties already, and we're only 16 in. Amit, Luai. Oh, we haven't had any of us as well yet.
No,
So,
I know. It's already 19 of 64 gone through.
Yeah, Ben Wright. If you you're just looking for your name at this point now, by this point, aren't you? Really?
Yeah. But, we're still 25 in. Still haven't got either of us. Any of us.
Still some good names to come, I'm sure.
There's Pete. There's the first one of the three of us out.
Dave Windsor. Okay, yeah, he's a good player. He's been around for a while.
Wicked.
Mike Cowns, Kevy, he's knocked me out before in the cup. John Wilson.
Yeah, we always come back to that, don't we? John Wilson, he won. John Wilson won the cup last year.
John Wilson is the cup holder as we speak.
He knocked me out in the semi-finals last year. Grant Laurie, Paul Austin.
League champion versus Paul Austin, yeah. Mark Stormack Packham, yeah. Ooh. James Amar, Finch Syracuse. That's the good one. That's all WhatsApp. And then there I am there. Leon Allen. Leon Allen. Okay.
I don't know much about Leon Allen.
No, I don't either, but I will be checking out his team before very long.
Rob Harding, after that huge score in the last game week, overturning a big old deficit, scoring 102 points.
He could have been way behind in his tie.
I think he was. I think he was like 30 or 40 points behind Damo in his tie in the last week and overturned it.
Oh, poor old Damo. Oh, dear. Okay, right. Who else we got? Nick Jones.
Look at that.
Oh, that's a big one.
One of the former champions.
Wow.
I think you've got two former champions there. Yeah, absolutely. What a big tie that is. You see, that's
I'm going to have to sort my team out.
Tussle, that one.
I think I might have to take a hit in this first week when the hits don't count for the cup to prepare myself for that.
Yeah, if you're watching this, you get tips like that. You see, that's the gold. Aaron Smith, Darren Russell. Okay.
I should really mention that I'm on wildcard at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's big news. That is big news.
It was the Ings injury, which meant I needed about at least 2 changes.
Do you know, Pete, that the deadline is early this Friday?
That's
it is, isn't it? Isn't it a 4 o'clock kickoff or something?
Yeah, 4 o'clock deadline. It's all right. My team's sorted.
Oh, cool. Okay, we should get you to share your screen as well in a minute. Okay, Stu Allen, Jake Wilkins. That's a good one.
So Stu Allen took out Tim McEwen, didn't he, in the Toffee Nose battle. Asmir Begovic still in. Look.
Begovic.
Oh, Stan's got Asmir Begovic. Excellent. I'll let him know about that. Good. Okay. Getting towards the last few ties now. Nick Maston, Stan Blake. That's a good one. That's an all WhatsApp tie. Excellent.
Nick Maston, he's a long way up the league. He started off. Was he manager of the month for September?
I think he might have been. Yeah. JP, Adam Jones. Yeah. Jamie Stewart, Mark Leatham. That's another all WhatsApp tie. It's a good one.
It's a big tie. And that's it. That's your lot.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
64 ties.
How quick it is. We've been on 15 minutes and we've done the thing that would have taken about an hour before. So, well, there you go. That concludes the tie for the second round of the FFUK Cup draw. These ties will be played throughout the month of November.
One thing I haven't checked is how many weeks are there in November?
Oh, yeah, do that. I mean,
that says 1, 2.
That'd be good. There is a international break.
Yeah, it's only 3 weeks, so it's a short, sharp one. Only 3 game weeks in November, so yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, that first week could be all important.
First week very interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then you're right. There's an international game week after that, and then there's 2 more.
Yeah. Oh well, Pete's lined up nicely then with his wild card for the second round.
Timing. I'm loading up on teams that have got decent fixtures for the next 3 games. Then, what do we reckon to the Liverpool City match?
Hard one to call, isn't it? I mean,
up
to this point, they both haven't been that impressive. Although Liverpool are playing well tonight against Atalanta, but I don't know. I think I don't think you can call it really. The problem is we've all got big players from those teams. And even if you want a wild card, you can't not have a Liverpool or City, at least one of each, really. At the moment.
I don't know. There's no one at City that's jumping out at me at the moment.
Really, not defensively. They've conceded no goals. I mean, they've not scored many, but they're not conceding many. But you're right. This weekend, you don't want them. That's the problem, isn't it?
I'm going big on attack. I put Chilwell's my most expensive defender.
Okay.
I've got a full bench of playing players ready in December. Yeah.
Okay.
There isn't a lot of money to go around when you've stuck 3 big hitters in. I think I've got Salah, Bruno, and Kane, and I've got Son actually as well.
Got Bruno. Is he worth it?
I'm not sure.
Well, the thing is, he was until the last. Everything until the beginning of the season was fine as well. They were getting penalties, and you just thought, okay, fine, this is going to continue. If he's on pens the whole season, that's 15 goals probably for Man United, plus whatever he would get normally. That's for that price. For me, it's no. That's why I got him in. But unfortunately, I get him in the week that he gets hauled off at 70 minutes or 75 minutes against Arsenal, and they bring VDB on. But yeah, I don't know.
Thanks for the recommendation, though, Chris.
Sorry, yeah,
I brought him in last week as well.
Yeah, well, it was him or Kane. To be fair, Kane didn't do much either. So
no, true.
Although
it was an alright fun.
Yeah, and you just don't know. They scored a penalty in the first. When I realised I had to get him was when he scored a penalty after the game had finished, and I thought, well, if they're scoring penalties when they're not even games, I have to get this guy in my team. So, I made the decision last week, and I think with him, you've got to kind of hold him, I guess, because it's Man United and they're going to get pens. That's
they've got decent fixtures coming up as well. So the fixture change.
Yeah, after Everton, City and United have got good fixtures.
Couple of weeks. Yeah, City, Liverpool, United have all got good fixtures from like game week 9, game week 10-ish.
Right.
But I just couldn't wait that long in the end. That's what I wanted to wait for. But yeah, Kane might have to lose Kane and just keep Son.
Oh, for sure. I don't think you need both.
Paul, you're putting loads of seeds into my wild card head at the moment. So no Bruno, don't lose Kane.
I mean, Son and Kane just won't stop scoring. I mean, can you?
Well, they will though, because they can't continue at this rate. It's just not possible.
Can't they? Why not?
They get tired.
Why not?
That means they're both on about 45 goals each or something for the end of the day. It's not going to happen. I mean, there will be regression. The hard fixtures for Spurs are coming. Like I tried to take a risk and not get Kane, and now I've got a new plan which involves getting Kane for a hit, which isn't quite as good as my old plan. And the worst thing is, it's only for a week because I know I want to get Werner, or it was going to be Ings. But
I'm thinking Werner.
It's probably going to be Werner or Aguero as soon as he's back. So anyway. What this all means is that we are at a very important point of the season. It's been good to do this draw with the random draw generator. I really appreciate the fact that it's a bit quicker. Maybe I reckon more people might watch it as well because they were getting a bit long before. But when we get down to a manageable amount, I think we'll do the old fashioned draw because it is quite nice. But maybe for the next one we'll do it with the random draw generator as well, just one more time and have a bit of a chat about it because. It seems like the way to go nowadays, 2020 and all that.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we're gonna go now, but thank you, Bakes, for all your help on this one as usual. Not and thanks, Pete, for joining us and enjoy your wildcard tinkering up to whatever time it is on the on Friday. I assume you've taken Thursday and Friday off.
I spoke to Boris actually. He sorted something out for me, so I'm gonna have plenty of time on my hands.
Oh, good. Well, that's good. Good for your wild card, if not your mental health. Okay. And on that note, we will say good night. Thanks everyone for watching and see you all soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Wicked. Cheers, guys.